All right, we got ourselves a pretty short intro today because there's actually a good bit of stuff for us to take a look at. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the Cyberpunk Dev Talk, and we've also got our Lucy Combat Showcase. So, yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff for us to absorb, take in, just inspect for a little bit over here. I think it's going to be a nice, fun ride, and then we're going to have Summer Games Fest later. But this is what I plan on doing. I don't even know if I'm going to... I don't think I'm going to be watching Summer Games Fest. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be watching Summer Games Fest. I've actually got, like, some sponsored stuff I need to go work on later. And, of course, I am pretty confident the kits drop tonight. Or they're just not dropping them at all, in which case, yeah, that's funny as fuck. Yeah, we'll see. But, yeah, probably not watching Summer Games Fest for obvious reasons. It's... all of these mainstream gaming shows, they're always boring as fuck. Bro, they're always boring as shit, and I feel like last year actually pissed me off. Yeah, I feel like last year I saw Summer Games Fest, and that genuinely made me mad. That genuinely made me upset. So, yeah, check out this tweet from a CD Projekt Red localizer. What the fuck is this? It's just dude's Japanese. This dude's Japanese as hell. Got over 150 hours. Oh my god. Yeah, so a localizer who I guess translates their shit into Japanese, was... he got addicted. He was like, yeah, I was just doing some research. Yeah, I was just doing some research and I had to play it for 150 hours. Technically, it's considered work. Yeah. I build that. I do wonder how much of this playtime was considered work. And how much of it was considered, like, leisure. Because, like, part of it has to be considered, like, oh, he got, like, paid to play the game. But, like, part of it, you know he was doing it for personal reasons. Yeah, because 150 is a lot. Yeah, I don't know what job or what role would require you to have that much playtime. Yeah, I don't know about that one. That's a bit of a tough sell. Maybe he just ratted himself out over here. Yeah, maybe this guy just fucked himself. Yeah, maybe this guy just ruined himself. YouTube is still off? Oh, shit. YouTube wasn't on this whole time? Oh, it was on... Oh, I didn't make the stream public yet. Yeah, but the stream's been running. It just hasn't been public yet. So, yeah, that's a little bit awkward. Anyways, YouTube is alive now. I didn't even realize I killed it. Whoopsies. That's a bit of an awkward. All right, so that's going on right now. We also got the Lucy Combat Showcase. I guess we'll just react to this one really fast because it's only like a minute. I'll try to make it not as long as last time, and then we'll get into the dev talk. All right, sound cool? Sound peachy? Sound awesome? All right, let's go ahead. Let's get right on into this one and get this bad boy started. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it appears that the most hyped up collab character, Lucy, as we all know from Cyberpunk Edgerunners, who's releasing in just a couple of days. I think it's actually like 2 at this point, maybe like 50 hours she's going to be in game. Yeah, Kuro Games is finally ramping it up. We've got her combat showcase. And with the scheduling of the reveals that we've seen so far, part of me is wondering if these characters are even getting Resonator showcases. You know what I mean? So, you know, we all know that typically when it comes to like the release of a unit, we'll get the combat showcase, but then alongside that, we typically also get the Resonator showcase, where they do a bit more of like a, you know, neat little thing that dives into their story. Maybe due to the fact that these two characters are like collab units that don't really exist in the woo-wah world prior to the 3.4 update, maybe they won't be having Resonator showcases. So perhaps this is like the real reveals that we'll be getting and the only reveals that we'll be getting. So with that in mind, we'll be doing our best to just analyze whatever we have going on over here and, well, make sure we point out where all the cool little tidbits are as a resident LARPer of Edgerunners, but a resident professional of 2077. I like that. Yeah, no, I don't know what that is. That just looks good. I know I said this for the Rebecca showcase as well, but like these two logos just put together like this, it's a nice vibe. It looks professional to me. So if you know the context of this scene is hilarious. This scene is legitimately hilarious. So basically, for like some Cyberpunk context over here, and by the way, the artwork, art style, all of this, I don't know who animated this shit, but it feels like it was done by like the people that actually did Edgerunners. Maybe it looks better than what Edgerunners actually look like. I don't know, bro. This shit is badass. So basically, sorry for the context, right? She's like I think she's currently undergoing a brain dance, which is like I guess it's more of like a leisure thing that you do as like a pastime. And basically, she's getting a bunch of like grunts, corpo grunts. Like, imagine like you're taking a bubble bath. Yeah, that's basically the modern equivalent of doing something like this. You're just at home chilling and like relaxing in a bubble bath. And like, this is what's going on. They're really making her look strong. I'm going to be honest. They are in lore making her possibly one of the most powerful people in Night City. I'm just gonna be honest over here. For you to have the ability to like detonate cyberware across like 7 different people at once, and then still, I guess, have like the mental faculties to like fight as well after that, that's kind of ridiculous. Like that is a very big feat in the Cyberpunk universe.
Another contract?
Yeah, they're really focusing on the wires over here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, after this, I can see why they decided to make her a main DPS. I can see it.
Cool.
And I like that at the very least, she uses her pistol for like 2 animations. Right? Doesn't she?
Just getting started.
Sorry, no, it's only 1 shot. Yeah, she uses the pistol here. Guys, don't worry. It's lore accurate. It is lore accurate that she's a pistol resonator.
Just getting started. Optics override.
And that's the 2nd time she uses the gun. So, hey, it's better than some units, right? It's actually, no, this is probably on the lower end. I think Mornier uses her sword. I think Mornier uses her broad blade more than Lucy uses her gun. I'm going to be honest.
Feeling glitchy?
I'm debating whose animations and VFX I actually like better. I don't think I can actually make a decision if I'm debating between her and Rebecca, because theirs are like both so thematic and like so unique to the character that I can't really decide which one's better. Because you can see like Lucy over here, she's got like all like the binary code, all of like this shit on the side, while Rebecca has like all of like the colorful graffiti explosions, like all of those. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. It's like the art styles are so wildly different, but they both fit so well.
Back door's open!
And of course, the VA is doing a great job. I think that's probably gonna be one of the big things about this collab, is that the voice work. Guys, let's just be honest here. The English voice work is... it's still the best. Like, I still think it's some of the best performances that we're going to be getting in the gacha space for a long time. Oh, boy, here we go. Oh, we got the tacit mark reveal now, boys. The collab tacit mark. Are you ready? Rebecca's looked like it had a disease. Let's see what Lucy's looked like. Oh, that's sick. Oh, I really like that. Oh, my goodness. Okay. This is my take. For some reason, it feels like Lucy was made for the 2077 players. Am I tripping balls? Or it feels like Lucy was specifically made for 2077 players. Like, bro, she has everything from the fucking game. Literally everything from the game. Like, this is like, bro, I have seen this motherfucker Delamain show up in this stupid-ass, goofy-ass window on the side when I'm just trying to do anything else in the city. He's like, V, one of my cars is going ape shit. Please help me. It's like, bro, the nostalgia is insane. It's fucking insane, bro.
Run. Color racing at the finish line.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm sorry. I need to watch that one more time.
Finish line. Color racing. Run. Color racing at the finish line.
And then the voice work over here too, bro. I don't know what like Emulo's doing when it came to like voicing this character. I'm gonna have to go take a second look at the anime. But she like has such crazy range where she does like that deep ass voice. She was doing like that deep ass voice for the ultimate, and then like, you know, she has great range when she's playing this character.
Deleting your ass.
Is the voice line really deleting your ass? Compare this to Columbina, bro. Traveler. I love your lollipop. Whoop, whoop. Deleting your ass. Like, bro, it's the same VA. Bro, this is the same VA as Columbina. Bro, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to bring it up. Bro, isn't this just wild? And by the way, just look at the title of this video.
It's sweet. Is that Lockaberry? I wonder what flavor the traveler got. This.
What the hell? Hoyoverse. What are you doing? Bro, what was that? Bro, what was that? Fry! Anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna be honest here, ladies and gentlemen. Right when I just want to go back to this point over here. This is the 2077 character. And the fact that they even like, bro, are they gonna actually put the full description of all the hacks and stuff in the fucking game? Because this is like the placeholder text that they use, right? When they have actual like data or actual numbers that they're gonna be putting for like the kits and stuff, they just put all the placeholder text and all that shit in here. So does she basically have a description of every single fucking hack in the every single hack over here? And then they have like different RAM costs and shit like that I guess she like builds up in combat. And then, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This is straight up like this is a 2077 collab as well. I don't think that there's any way around it. This is an Edge Runners plus a 2077 collaboration. And the fact that they only put Edge Runners in the title, well, I mean, I guess the fact that they only put Edge Runners in the title and they didn't put 2077 may be a bit of a bait because, bro, you just ripped the entire fucking UI from that game in so many different places and just put the entire thing in this character's kit. Like, how are you telling me this isn't a 2077 collab too? But yeah, it looks awesome. It looks amazing. I just kind of wish I could see what the details of her kit actually are, but I can imagine that I can vaguely understand what's going on, and I like that the UI kind of guides us to it, right? You build up RAM doing shit in her kit, and I guess when you use her ultimate, you can decide to, like, apply more debuffs or more damaging things based off how much RAM you have. I would assume that's how her kit works, and then you end her rotation with her ultimate, but we'll just have to see. But yeah, overall, looks like a really, really, really cool design. And yeah, like I said before, when it comes to Rebecca as well, the voice work is what seals the deal for me. And when like the English dub for Edge Runners is considered one of like the best dubs ever, when it comes to like consuming an anime where people aren't telling you, oh, go watch JP with English subs, right? People recommend you watch Edge Runners in the English dub, and it's like, hey, you're not going to get a worse experience. You might even get a better one. And to have that in game as well and not suffer the same sort of bullshit as like, you know, the fake collab where it's like, by the way, the English dub has no voiceover, so get ready to play Japanese, retard. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, it's a lot of stuff to look forward to. And it's all arriving in just a couple of days, so I hope you're all as ready as I am, because we got a whole dev time to get to after this, and yeah, I bet they're going to give some big reveals as to how they got all of this wonderful stuff done. So yeah, that'll be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out. All right. So that's going to be our showcase. That's pretty neat. That is pretty neat. Doing my best with 1 minute clips. I will say 1 minute clips is kind of diabolical. 1 minute clips is kind of diabolical. All right. All right. Okay, Lucy, blah, blah, blah. Lucy, showcase. And then we go to be having the... All right. Now we got a Cyberpunk dev talk. All right, let's get on into this one, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a fun ride. This is going to be a very, very, very fun ride. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, the long-awaited dev talk that we have been waiting the whole week for is finally here. Wuthering Waves X Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and they have got quite the elite crew for this chat today. And this chat is led by none other than, well, you never seen him this happy. Bro's happier here than he was during the 3.3 anniversary. Bro is fucking double-cheeked up with a grin on a fucking Friday. He didn't look anything like this during the anniversary. You could tell that this is the real anniversary over here. And so they've actually got the lead writers of CD Projekt Red, the vice president of franchise, as well as, I believe the woman over here, she's one of the lead writers of Edge Runners. And this chat over here is supposed to be surrounding the collaboration, what went into the design, why they did certain things the way they did. And when you know that this collaboration is one of the most hyped up ones in the history of Gacha and is one of those collabs that's threatening to break into the mainstream with Jungkook from BTS, ARMY, Asmongold, 10Z, all these individuals, right, who typically aren't really known for like Gacha and stuff like that, well, they're being brought to the collab because Edge Runners and Cyberpunk and CD Projekt Red, they're pretty damn big names. And so this chat is something that I think the entire player base, and of course, I think maybe even the entire gaming space has been looking forward to. So why don't we see what it was looking like? And of course, I think the most interesting thing is going to be the fact that I don't think they speak Chinese, and I don't think he speaks the language that like anything. I don't think that English is their first language because I think they're European. They're from somewhere in Europe. So I'm wondering how they're going to communicate. I guess we'll find out. Polish. Yeah, that's in Europe. So I was right. Thank you for telling me. I love that they put in the clip of like the CD Projekt Red employees goofing around while like Solon is like fucking locked in. Bro, he's fucking locked in. Look, dude, look at that shit. He's focused up. Bro, he did not focus up this much during the anniversary. You know that for sure.
2, 1, action.
Bro, they had a cat on set too? I do also want to talk about the set for a second. Bro, they brought it all out for the design over here. You see like all of the cyberpunk-oriented stuff in the background. You got Arasaka, Delamain, Braindance, and then you got good old Abby, and then the Rovers in front. Oh, even the tub pup, bro.
Hello, 漂泊者们，大家。
Oh, this is going to be crazy. Oh, he's just straight up. Hell, he just went in speaking the Chinese.
大家好，我是 Soren， 很开心又能和大家见面。
Oh,
今天是一次比较特殊的对谈节目，因为坐在我旁边的是两位来自波兰的朋友。
Okay, nah, this dude is like straight up. He's like gushing right now. Nah, this dude did not. He even sounds happy too.
让他们先自我介绍一下吧。
Hello, my name is Milena. I am writer and editor in Cyberpunk. I work on comic books and various stories like this collaboration.
Awesome. Okay, so I guess the Polish people about to be speaking in English while Solon just I do wonder, like, do they have yeah, they have earpieces. Okay. I was like, how the fuck is this thing even working?
And I'm Sztybor, also called Sztybao. I'm VP of franchise at CD Projekt Red, and I wrote
Dude, this guy's name is, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that, bro.
Cyberpunk Runners, so this collaboration is close to my heart.
OK， 真的非常开心，今天能有机会在3.4版本之上线之前，邀请到 CD Projekt Red 的两位朋友聊一聊关于联动的制作和一些。
I'm glad that these are the two individuals that are going to be front and center for the conversation because they're, I think, they're two of like the most loyal guardians of the IP. So just for like some context on Edge Runners and like collabs and like units and stuff like that, right? One of the biggest sort of like dramas surrounding the collab, it's not really a drama, but it's definitely a topic to talk about, right? Is the fact that David has never been like a playable character in any collab ever. Right? And that's because, like, one of the things about the Edge Runners narrative that they really want to keep continuous is the fact that, like, David is, like, dead. He's, like, done. He's gone. And there's nothing that, like, ever really, like, brings him back. Right? And so I do believe that these individuals over here would probably be tangentially involved, if not the front runners of that sort of push. And so you can kind of tell, right? Like, they know what they want. And so for the collab to be releasing and for them to be, I assume, very happy about the state of the collab and, like, the story and all of that, especially with the shit that this guy's been writing. Like, bro, this guy is just a glazer. I'm sorry. This guy is just a fucking glazer. He has been, like, on social media just, like, promoting this collab for, like, 3 weeks. And it just hasn't stopped. So when this guy's the VP of franchise, very high up position, right? And then you're getting your lead writer of Edge Runners, and then you're seen doing this much glazing. It, like, has to be good, or your reputation takes a hit. Do you know what I mean? And that's why typically when you're when it's a company as, like, prestigious as CD Projekt Red, right? That has this reputation, that has this track record of doing well. You typically don't lend your name and lend your backing unless it's actually a good product. And so that's why a lot of people already have, like, kind of like full faith in how this collab story and its implementation is going to go, even before it's already begun.
一些关于赛博朋克边缘行者本身的话题，那就让我们开始吧。
For me, the most interesting thing is, okay, we came here, we have an amazing collaboration. What happened in your mind?
Okay, this guy talks a little bit slow, so I'm gonna, like, speed it up a little bit. You guys like cool with that? It's just like, I don't know what it is, but, like, in Europe, they have this thing where, like, some regions of Europe talk really, really, really fast, and then some of them talk slow. And I don't even mean it as, like, an ESL thing. It's just some regions talk really fast. Like, just some of them do.
That you decided, let's do a collaboration with Cyberpunk Runners.
So that's him on 1.25. He just sounds... That just sounds normal. that just sounds normal.
首先我们团队在做明朝的时候，其实还是希望明朝长期的运营当中，其实是有机会可以通过一些跨界的联动，可以给玩家在版本运营过程中带去一些更惊喜的或者更不一样的。
So does this mean they plan on having a collab at this time every year? Sorry, let me reread that.
的联动 当中其实是有机会可以通过一些跨界的联动，可以给玩家在版本运营过程中带出一些更惊喜的或者更。
I don't know. It sounds like they might be trying to make this a yearly thing.
更不一样的内容。那我们那会其实就会在想，什么样的节点是我们最适合开始做这件事情的？我们其实也盘了自己的版本规划、时间周期等等。我们觉得在拉海洛这个版本其实非常合适的。那我们3.0版本其实一开始规划的时候，也希望它其实是一个科幻题材的。
Okay, so because it was Lahai Roy, the roadmap, the sci-fi, they thought it was the perfect time for the Edge Runners collaboration. And so part of me is wondering, does this mean that Kuro has like access to the Witcher collab or some other sort of IP and they're simply just choosing to wait on it? Because, like, it seems like they're, like, reaching out and then they're coordinating it. It seems like they already have, like, some sense of approval already. I don't know.
游戏版本嘛，所以我们当初的
Because obviously, Witcher would be a retarded collab to put in Lahai Roy. I don't think anyone can, like, I know Witcher would be badass. Geralt, Ciri, Triss, all of that. It would be dumb as fuck for them to show up at Star Torch Academy, though. Dumb as fuck. Would they have made sense in Septimont? Maybe. Probably. Could have made sense in Septimont, but that ship has already sailed. I'm just assuming that we'll probably get, like, some sort of, like, region where we go into, like, literal. And I know some people might be upset about this one. I think this would be badass, though. I want, like, some sort of, like, Sonaro bullshit to occur, and one of our regions, we go back to, like, the Dark Ages. Like, bro, we go back to, like, some fucking medieval shit. Like, and then that's where we have the Witcher collab.
出发点就是想找一个
Like prehistoric dinosaur echoes, bro.
契合3.0这个题材的作品来做联动，它最好一定
Monster echoes. Oh, what if they did like a Monster Hunter? Like Witcher-inspired region. And then you have to hunt like giant echoes. And then you like climb them and shit. I don't know. I feel like that would be crazy, but maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. I think that'd be cool though.
得是科幻的，结合在一起其实是自然的，有好的叙事，还一定要有好的出众的品质。当然还有一点很重要的就是一定要是我们整个制作团队大部分人其实都非常熟悉的。那
okay, so the lineups have to be it fits in with the roadmap, it fits in with the setting, and it also has to be something that Kuro knows their players will like.
聊了一轮之后呢，我们就会觉得像《边缘行者》这部作品是非常非常契合我们其实上面说的这些要点的。最后也非常幸运，我们能联动上。
It's not just Edge Runners though. Let's be entirely real here. When this is what Lucy's ultimate looks like, and when this is like what her tacit mark reveal looked like over here, and they're just ripping the 2070s, that's the mini map from 2077, by the way. This is a 2077 collab too. So that's my personal take. They got the HUD from the fucking game. And then when you use Lucy's ultimate, bro, you literally get the hacking UI from the game. And they even put the descriptions of what all the different hacks do on the side. It's just placeholder text for now, but it's there. So, yeah, I think it's a little bit of both, to be honest.
非常感谢 CDPR， 也很期待这个版本可以跟我们的玩家见面。那其实我也会想问，为什么会考虑和明朝合作呢？从你们的视角中，觉得两部作品合适的
Why Wuwa? That's a good question.
地方在哪个地方？
There was a few reasons. One of the reasons was for sure that when I was 3 years ago for the first time in China, in Chengdu, I saw that here in China, there's a lot of fans of Cyberpunk and runners.
Oh, they love that shit in China? I wonder why.
And I was surprised and amazed because there were lines of people.
It does make you wonder, like, is it because it's like similar to IRL?
People that wanted to talk to me, they wanted to sign some things, and they were also very kind and wanted more. So we thought that, okay, if people in China love Cyberpunk Edge Runners, we should give them more Edge Runners. That was definitely the first thing. Also, Milena knows the game very well, so
I'm surprised at how popular Edgerunners is in like Asia. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm just going to be honest. I'm surprised. I'm just kind of like, because Cyberpunk by itself is like straight up a bit of like it's like kind of like more of like a Western IP. But now that I think about it, there's so much like Japanese and Eastern Asian shit in Cyberpunk that, yeah, I feel like Asia just kind of gets in on it anyways. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. I'm not confused anymore. Nah. The biggest company there is called Arasaka, now that I think about it.
I guess she can tell more.
Yeah, Wuthering Waves is getting more popular in Poland, so of course we heard about you before, and when you approached us, it was interesting idea to collaborate. Our team loves telling stories, so we also like to experiment with new genres and media.
So it almost, does it almost sound like they don't get approached for collabs that often?
Do more new stuff, and because this is something we've never done before, it was an interesting challenge to do it.
So this is the first time they've ever done something of this extent before. Like, I guess this much story involvement in a collab before. I guess to me, I'm surprised that they were so willing to go above and beyond and like do something that I feel like no real gacha devs have like honestly done before in a game. Like, no gacha or like collab devs have ever decided to like integrate the story into like the actual living world of the game to this high of a degree before. Because like, obviously, I think there's like a lot of weight to that, right? You're tying the Wuthering Waves universe of Solaris 3 to like another IP that like I guess you don't actually own, right? So I would imagine there's maybe some devs that are hesitant to do that, right? Like, would Hoyoverse be okay with making like part of the Genshin Impact world, right, tied to an IP? They clearly don't want to do that with Fate. That's why everything was in past tense in that collab. That's why nothing in that collab actually mattered. They did that with the Horizon Zero Dawn. That's why all you got was a fucking mail. So to me, this is like a kind of like an extension of faith between both sides, where Wuthering Waves and Kuro have to be willing to like integrate Cyberpunk and Edgerunners into their universe to like this high of a degree, where like literally like people in like the new Fed or shit like that are getting involved. And then of course CD Projekt Red has to take on the task of doing something no gacha game has like done before, or like no real collab has done before. So I'm gonna be honest, this is kind of ballsy. Maybe they both don't know what they're doing and the collab is actually dog shit. Like have we thought about it like that? Maybe they're just like really overly confident and it's merely just coming out of the fact neither of them have done this before.
No.
But there's
like, that would be crazy. I don't think that's the case, but there's possibility.
also another thing. Cyberpunk Edgerunners is anime, and Wuthering Waves has amazing animation.
Wait, so what if that's actually the straw that broke the camel's back? And like they have been approached by other companies before, but they're like, your game just looks like shit, bro. Like, I'm sorry, your game looks like trash.
So it was, from my perspective, it was on the creative level. It was a very good fit.
I don't know. It seems like he's one of the he's the VP of franchise. So I assume that he's the main decision maker over here. So it potentially is, yeah, we don't want to collab with you because your game looks like shit. Sorry. Do better.
And I think the quality of your animation and the style of your animation is something first that we really like. And the second thing is I think it really fits the style of Cyberpunk Edgerunners.
Okay, so by saying all of this, you're kind of saying that the other gacha games, like, don't. Maybe I'm reading into that too much, but I feel like that is kind of what he's saying, right?
So we thought that, as Milena said, the stories are super important for us, but also we want to do things that fit our IP. And I think that was...
We want to do things that fit our IP. And then they're talking about how they never did it before. I feel like they're kind of really just posturing as the other games weren't good enough. Am I tripping? He's making some very selective comments over here.
That was it. Like, what was the things that you picked from Cyberpunk Edgerunners? Because there's a lot of things in Cyberpunk Edgerunners, but why did you decide to pick this boss, this location, this point of from narrative, like this scene? How did you choose that?
Okay, now I'm beginning to see who's responsible for each one. Looks like Kuro might have been responsible for, like, the general storyboarding?
首先团队和我呢，无疑肯定是非常希望边缘行者中那些极具魅力的角色们可以出现在明朝中，比如大家耳熟能详的 Lucy、Rebecca、亚当重锤，让玩家可以在这次联动
So did they get to decide which character showed up?
中感受到动漫中的一些画面，其实是我们内部都非常喜欢且希望加入到游戏中的那首神曲，那首 BGM。联动中的时候，其实我们就提出了一定要联动上这首神曲。
I really want to stay at your house, isn't it? So basically, this dude has just had this song stuck on his fucking mind since he watched the season 1 a couple of years ago, and he's like, yeah, I really need to put this in my game. Yeah, I'm gonna go make Wuthering Waves, specifically so that in the future, I can have the Cyberpunk Edgerunners collab, and I can hear that song in my game. Imagine if that's truly the reason why he made Wuthering Waves.
把它加入到游戏中，包括我们还在就是那时候在讨论的时候，就想象一个画面，就是希望我们可以在前瞻宣布这次联动的时候，可以伴随着 BGM 一起响起。那很开心，其实我们也完成了这一幕。这里肯定还是要感谢我们 CDPR 对我们这个建议的支持，可以让我们其实把我们这个想法。
I love how this dude isn't saying that shit by name. Like he's like so shy. Stop being a little fucking princess, bro.
把最后践行出来。
We are happy too.
Okay, so for some of the individuals that might not know what he's talking about over here, I'll just reveal to you what the fuck he's talking about over here. I don't know why he was like so cryptic about it. Like bro was like I don't know, like bro was like acting so like devious as he was like dropping the info. Like, what the fuck even was that? He was just like, oh yeah, we like used this song, and it was like, I really liked the song, and I like needed our team loved this song, and we needed to put it in. It's like, bro, like, come on, man, like, what are you doing? Like, just say what the song is, and like, all right, that's Rebecca's shit. Wait, nope, that's not the right one. 1 second, guys. 1 second, guys. 1 second, guys. Wait, is that just the combat showcase? Bro, the media page is fucking ruining me right now. What the hell even is this? Sorry, I was looking at the official Wuthering Waves page real fast. And I can't fucking find it. Oh, here it is. This is the song in the segment they're talking about over here, guys. And I'm pretty sure that shit is gonna play when you convene her too. So like, yeah, no, this guy is just being really goofy about it.
So how about difficulties? Because there had to be challenges, right? We have anime and heavy combat games, so what was the most difficult for you?
Let's see.
我觉得最大的难点其实还是高光的提炼和还原这两件事情。就是像 Lucy 和 Rebecca 其实都是拥有很强用户既定印象的角色，所以在经典的印象上去做好还原呈现是最重要的。所以
Okay, so the biggest focus is authentic representation. Awesome. They did just that. And it's a breath of fresh air, especially compared to the collaborations that we've seen in the past where they suck.
我们在资产上我们做了很多的功课，这个过程还倒逼我们做了一些技术升级，比如还原露西的表情。
Think about it this way. Unlimited Blade Works, which is a move where Shiro from Fate summons like millions of swords and throws them all at his enemies. It's a single hit move in Honkai Star Rail. The attack where you summon hundreds of swords and throw them at your enemy deals 1 instance of damage in HSR. That makes no fucking sense. You're throwing 200 swords at the enemy. It should be 200 instances of damage, but it's just 1 nuke. That's the type of dumb fucking shit where I'm just like, bro, like, how do you even fuck up something like this? Like, that's like not even... Anyways, it's the shit like that where I know that Hoyo straight up like just doesn't care about certain things. And you can see it everywhere in their Fate collab, and you'll see it everywhere in their second one.
我们就做了多达几十种的定制，它可能是目前为止新增定制表情最多的角色之一了。Rebecca 这里我们其实也通过了微调表情
More
控制器的
facial
骨
work,
骼
huh?
控制，做了很多微表情和夸张表情的效果。
Okay, so basically the anime is ruining Kuro and forcing them to innovate yet again. But don't worry, they'll find a way to reuse this technology and actually implement it for future cutscenes. So it's all good.
就还原它在原作中的气质，这整个过程其实我们自己收获也非常非常大。而场景上，因为赛博朋克2077的资产其实都是精度很复杂的，甚至单个建筑资产都能有80万面这么多。
800,000 polygons.
如果直接放进明朝，可能会产生很多性能问题和适配问题，所以我们决定对场景资产也要进行重新的制作，去平衡性能和适配性的要求。
Okay, so redid all the assets so their file sizes could fit.
那段时间团队都跑在2077里面去提取。
And then they basically played 2077 like crazy to get all of the dimensions and stuff in the game world.
原作中各种细节参数，保证新作的资产的还原度。最后我们还是成功落地出了一些经典场景和桥段，比如高架桥追车啊、樱花广场、月球这些。希望大家到时候可以喜欢。
Honestly, this is more of like a 2077 collab than an Edgerunners collab. I feel like it's 2077 for everything, and then the units are just Edgerunners. am I the like? It's only the units that are Edgerunners, but I guess that makes sense.
也再次感谢 CDPR 在
The moon. You're right, guys. The moon doesn't exist in Cyberpunk 2077. The moon doesn't exist there. It's not real.
这些环节中对我们的建议和支持。
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, the assets looks amazing. And you talked about face expressions, but how about movements? Because Wuthering Waves is so heavy in combat, so it's like very important experience to get to play with the protagonist. So how did you approach this?
Part of me almost wishes we had one of like the CD Projekt Red like game design people on here, but maybe none of them were involved at all. But it would be cool maybe to have like one of them in the next collab.
我觉得其实像明朝的联动，相信大家肯定是最关注的，一定还是像战斗相关的内容嘛。其实对于这2个联动的角色，对团队思路上，我觉得最大的变化还是要从一开始是创作新的共鸣者的这种思路，变成还原经典角色的这种思路。所以我们的核心还是要通过回顾原作的作品，去
Study the source material, capture its
抓
most
取
memorable
最能发
moments,
挥和最经典的高光瞬间，还原到我们的战斗里面。其中
and translate them authentically. Okay. Yeah, no, HSR could never.
我觉得像 Lucy 的骇入和 Lucy 的那个分子线，其实就很有发挥空间。我们对此也做了不少设计。而 Rebecca 上，我们抓取的很多的是它的武器的元素，粗暴的那种战斗感觉来发挥，希望可以做出它那种非常狂野的佣兵的那种形象的自
Mercenary ferocity and raw chaotic energy. Yeah, no, they did it. They did it. I mean, let's just be entirely real here for a second, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you guys have seen like Rebecca's ultimate sequence yet, but like it's kind of it scares me. Just listen to her. It's like, bro, the part that sends me on that shit is like, she's like out of breath. The VA is like out of breath. I feel like they said this all in one take. And by the time they say your goodbyes, it's like, bro, they're out of breath. Say your goodbyes! Dude, she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, bro.
Yeah, I love the scene with Rebecca from the game that she suddenly takes this machine gun
Wait, was
cannon
this
and starts shooting.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Maybe that's the scene he was talking about. Not pre-watch, by the way. This shit came out this morning. I think he was talking about that scene too. Now he's probably talking about that one too. I'm gonna be real here. Because of this sequence alone, I don't know who I like more compared to Rebecca or Lucy. Like, this alone is like, it truly might be the best voice sequence in the game. She might be worth playing just for this alone.
It is
Yeah.
awesome.
And also Adam Smasher, like he's very important in our game and anime. And how did you, like, what was the inspiration or ideas for bringing him into Wuthering Waves?
Okay, I feel like this is kind of a dumb question because you have to put Adam Smasher into a Cyberpunk thing. It's illegal if you don't.
我觉得对于亚当的设计，首先我觉得亚当在剧集中，就在剧集中的出现和桥段，其实还是非常让人印象深刻的，因为他的那种压迫感和给人就在那题材当中给人一种难以战胜的那种窒息感，就我能力跟亚当主角的能。
Imagine having to deal with Adam Smasher as a Star Torch Academy student.
能力跟亚当好像差距很大的这个感觉，我觉得其实是亚当的一个最重要的一个角色符号，所以。
I think we all remember the first time we saw Adam Smasher in 2077. I think you're in, like, either a brain dance or, like, some security footage sequence. And, like, you're, like, looking through the eyes of, like, this dead Evelyn person. And, like, yeah, you just, like, see this dude. He's just like, yeah, aren't you a piece of fuckable meat? And you're just like, what the fuck? He's like, what? Like, what'd you say, bro? Like, why would you say that? Straight up, that is the first time you see him in that game. Yeah, he's like, no, sorry. It's like, you look like a cut. Bro, that's him. That's that dude.
他其实跟我们刚刚创作角色的思路其实也是很类似的，就是我们要怎么把这些重点的。
I will say, I don't know about his design. He looks like a Grenier from Warframe. Like, a little bit too much like one of them.
气质给他做还原，对吧？如何还原观众
You know what I mean?
和玩家心中的那个亚当的感受，一定是我们做这个。
I think it's because his head looks like all fucked up. Like, bro, his head looks like he has Deadpool cancer.
我觉得最重要的要体现的那个部分，那其实关键点就是压迫感。我们希望他拥有比较高强度的这种，就是高度的这种机械改造的身体，可使用他的拳脚啊、肩撞啊等这种近战的攻击方式，对吧？还可以通过机枪、手臂爆弹枪。
His effects are... Part of me kind of wishes that Adam Smasher's effects didn't look like so magical. Like bro is like giving me like those like Genshin Impact like cube like fucking vibes, and like he don't really do that. You know what I mean? Like he don't really got that juice. So like I don't know how I feel about him like having like all of like that like because he already has all this like machinery, right? He already has like all these like heavy weaponry and stuff, right? And so I guess to me, it's like, I kind of wish he was like fully industrial. If that makes sense. Like he was like purely like explosive and he didn't have like kind of like the black wall, like cybernetic effects. Or like wasn't like as buggy, but maybe that's like part of like his story. Maybe that's like part of the story is that like he's like a bug in the system. And so that's why some of his attacks like kind of like this over here. I like this move with the machine gun. I'm also talking about all like the glowy red shit. But that might just be explained by a black wall bug. Which, if that's the case, black wall is involved here. That actually does make sense why it looks like this.
爆弹枪这种导弹，包括肩部射导弹这种远程攻击，就是这种很多样的这种攻击形式，在一阶段。当他进入二阶段之后呢，我们又希望亚当重锤可以去解锁一些更新的武器，比如像那个
Oh, he's got that too? I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like when the enemy uses shit like this. That's illegal.
在按威斯坦高速移动的那个模式，对吧？通过肉眼无法观察的速度，对玩家进行猛烈的那种攻击的感受。我们刚其实也说到《边缘行者》里面很多的内容嘛，那基于边缘行者其实也是基于赛博朋克2077改编的一个
Yeah, no, this dude's about to beat your ass.
动画，大家其实也
I wonder who's gonna be worse, him or Sigilum.
都知道，所以我特别想就着这个机会，其实也想问一下，就是当时
I will say the hologram itself does not actually look that crazy. It looked like one of the slowest and like visually clear holograms I think we've ever seen in the game before.
在创作之初，是否有哪些赛博朋克2077的内容或者元素，让你们有了灵感，才决定写《边缘行者》这样的一个故事呢？
Oh, now they're asking, how did 2077 influence Edgerunners? Interesting.
When we were writing Edgerunners, Cyberpunk was still not released, so it was a bit difficult because game developers, they were working on the game, but they still didn't know exactly what the game is about.
Oh, shit.
But we all knew that it should be dark, it should be sad, it should be tragic, that it should be about a person versus the city. So it should be a personal story. It should be a noir story because we should remember that Cyberpunk, it came from noir from the 30s. So it's always dark stories about one person versus the society
It's just depressing.
versus the system versus the city. So I think this were the
And like part of me like does wonder, like, are the people that are like really into Cyberpunk, like are they okay? Like, are you guys like good? Like, part of me like does wonder because it's kind of like, nah, they all saying no. Oh, okay. So okay, all right. So my concerns were warranted.
main points for us to do the story. And also, you know, Edgerunners itself. Edgerunners is a very interesting concept because it's like knights in medieval times or like cowboys in the westerns, like really special people that do crazy stuff.
Heroes!
So we thought, okay, let's tell a story about a guy who becomes an Edgerunner, because it will show first the world, then it will somehow present the game in the best way. And that's how David Martinez was born.
其实你刚刚也有讲到，就是一个有西部牛仔气质的
Kind of like is an underdog zero to hero story. I mean, very similar to 2077 in V, if we're gonna be honest. Except in 2077, you kind of get like a cheat code called Johnny Silverhand. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It's just I think they honestly, in terms of like aura, I feel like David ends up having a little bit more because it's not like David had any like real cheat codes like V did, right?
一个
Let's also just casually forget the fact that the chip is killing V. Like, don't just omit that piece of information from your mind.
小人物角色，其实在这个城市当中，他如何去克服困难也好，或者说他无可避免的，其实走向了一个悲剧这样子的一个结局。这个灵感是从一开始就想好，还是说其实我从一开始
Oh, okay. They're just talking about him dying now. Cool. So I've said this like 30 times already, but yeah, David being dead is like the worst kept secret in, I think, anime or just like media history. So it's kind of just, if you're upset by that in 2026, I have nothing else to tell you other than like get over it.
就是想写一个悲剧，所以我才这样来做的呢。
The devs and the writers and like the publishers, Netflix, nobody cares. So I don't either.
You know, it's the easiest answer is that I'm a person waiting for a tragic end to happen.
Does this guy just like hang out at the cancer ward in hospitals and he's just like, he starts hearing a family crying and he's just like, oh yeah, I like that shit. Like, what does that even mean? Like, what? I'm a person waiting for a tragic end to happen. So what, you just chilling at the hospital? Ma'am, your husband's dead. she's just in the waiting room. Bro, bro's Cristoforo IRL. Nah, Cristoforo was inspired by Seatsmore, or how the fuck you say his name, bro. Cristoforo is actually modeled after a real world person. Holy shit.
So it's just like always dark things in my mind.
You good? Yeah, I told you there's something wrong with this IP, bro. I told y'all there was something wrong with this IP. And then
But
look at her. Yeah, no, she's she's just thinking he wasn't supposed to say that part out loud. Damn.
the real answer is that
Oh, he was joking.
I think not only for me, but for the whole CD Projekt Red, the very important thing is stories that resonate with people. They are not some weird ideas about alien invasion on Earth or big robots invading some countries. It is about, it always needs to be a human story.
Just so you know, I piloted a Gundam in the last chapter of Wuthering Waves that like threw a like sword and it like penetrated a black hole and then sent it to the other side of the galaxy. I'm just saying.
Originate from our own experiences.
Yeah, that was modeled after Solon's last Saturday afternoon.
So all the stories are always start with who the writer is, who, like what our fears are, what our dreams are. We are always inspired by real life, and I think we always want to create stories that are somehow impactful. So I think that's why it was like that.
I mean, if we were to actually think about like the human emotion and the human story and all of that, I think 3.x is probably one of the more like, probably the most like human arc you've probably had in a gacha story, right? You got like I'm just gonna be honest about it as a whole. Like, even though I hate 3.0 story-wise first half, it's like, it is very human, right? Because like, you just have this giga pointless character, Lene. And while Lene is useless in the story, bro, oh man, she is a very realistic sort of character. Like, extremely bum-like, right? And it's like, there's always going to be people like that in like the world. Her story is like very human. Mornye, very human as well, right? Where you're going ahead, you're like, you end up being giga crippled, right? And on top of your legs not working, somehow the lower half of your body gets chopped off too. Bro, that's some cyberpunk shit right there. Imagine being born disabled and then the disabled part ends up getting amputated anyways. Like, that's just crazy, right? So like, that happened and then she ends up, you know, struggling, but then ends up doing like the most. Then you got like Amith trying to save the world, all of that. Yeah, it's a lot of like personal struggles. Where like Lene is like, I'm personally struggling to figure out what to do with my fucking life, so I'm gonna go impersonate a criminal organization member and just chill at an academy for fun. No, Lene's having a midlife crisis. That's what it is. That makes sense. That's her story. She's having a midlife fucking crisis, bro. And then Sagrika's just a dumb teenager.
Yeah, for us, impactful doesn't necessarily mean you have to have big stakes, because stakes can be personal and important for the protagonist. This is also what we did in Wuthering Waves, right? This is a character-driven story for Lucy. So,
There's a character-driven story for Lucy. I mean, it was kind of obvious. CD Projekt Red wasn't keeping it a secret. The main character of the collab story is Lucy, and she's probably the only one that's like actually like fully there in person. They already gave teaser reveals for like Rebecca being like 97% like the same as like the nightmare TDs that are like spawning in and shit like that. It's kind of obvious what's been going on over here.
this is our approach. So we noticed people are discussing version 3.1.
Oh, they know about it.
Wuthering Waves, which is also about sacrifice and salvation.
Oh, they know all about it.
So we see a connection
Oh, I was right.
to our approach to telling stories.
Not pre-watched, by the way.
Could you share more about your inspirations for this?
其实刚刚那个 也有聊到说，咱们在创作那个边缘性的时候，其实要写的这个悲剧核心也是因为我们自己日常其实可能生活当中会想到的一些画面或者会共鸣的一些事情，所以我们把它写出来了。我和我的团队应该也会对这样的一个答案非常的有共鸣。其实我们在写3.1的时候，写这个文案的同学们，其实我认为也是这种感觉，就是其实大家都在做的一个类似于像，纵使这个世界无法改变，对吧？世界很残酷，很难改变，但我们其实做的每一件事情，还是依然会对我们身边的每一个人和事产生的一些影响，不管是积极的影响还是消极的影响。虽然有时候我们
It sounds a little bit like 3.1 and 2.5. Yeah, he's basically talking about like how like every action somebody takes ends up impacting the world in some way. So yeah, I think it's like a 2.5 and 3.1 sort of deal.
是积极的影响。那3.1其实也是一个类似这样的，我觉得有血有肉的故事。它是一个救世主养大的，因为我们主角漂泊者其实是个救世主养大的一个孩子，他无形中其实肯定都会被影响的，对吧？会驱动着他去做一些他自己觉得对的事情，可能会跟漂泊者不一定一样，对吧？那可能救世主在救世，但孩子可能只是想在这个过程，他只是想拯救他自己的家人，他可能并不想拯救世界这么宏大的议题。就我觉得去写这样的故事，一定也会给很多的人带去一些共鸣。
I saw Gacha Smack was reacting to this. I saw Gacha Smack was reacting to this dev talk this morning. I'm not sure if he's going to understand this part. We'll see though.
那么对于赛博朋克的剧本主题，我也有一些想和两位再探讨一下的，比如就是实质。
Yeah, but hey, maybe he'll get it now that the CEO himself has explained the dynamics of the story. Maybe he will now understand because Solon Lee has just dictated in the most definitive way possible what the 3.1 story was about. So I don't think there's any way to get the message confused anymore because the CEO himself of the game told you what the story was supposed to mean. Yeah, let that simmer like neck bone juice.
今日随着科技的发展，其实很多在20世纪已经提出的赛博朋克的元素，甚至已经成为现实了，它不再那么科幻了。你们觉得赛博朋克这个题材在未来的发展会是什么样的呢？可能和20世纪或者21世纪初相比，有什么样的变化呢
？Cyberpunk is not entirely futuristic.
It's retro. I think that's a good vibe to have. In a lot of ways, the cyberpunk universe is a lot worse than the present day. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. It's like the idea, cyberpunk is kind of like, I wouldn't be surprised if cyberpunk was actually present day. It's just present day, assuming there were like no regulations on anything ever. So imagine if like corporations and stuff were allowed to do anything they wanted, like pollute, blah, 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 all of that shit. No human rights, no workers, no workers' rights, no violations, any of that shit. And it's just like, we would technically be more advanced technologically in 2026, right? But like, yeah, you'd probably have like a tumor growing out of your neck. Maybe like 3, something like that.
Retrofuturistic, which means it's like dragging inspiration from the technology in the 80s, or even more how people imagined future before. So the technology in Cyberpunk developed in a different way than it developed in reality. For example,
yeah, being developed with no morals. And like, this is like, imagine if we were designing new human prosthetics, but we didn't care if people died while testing them out. Just saying, we'd probably make a lot more progress, but there'd be a lot more dead motherfuckers from advancing the technology, right? Right? But then this is the thing. In the cyberpunk universe, you would volunteer for this testing, right? And if you died, your family would get like a payout and be like set for whatever, the next 20 years or something like that. So think about it that way. You can kind of see how the cyberpunk setting is like realistic, because there's a lot of dudes that would do that in a society like Night City.
For example, we have heavily advanced AI or holograms in Cyberpunk, but the tech is more clunky and gritty, military even. It's not really the same as we are heading in reality. So I think the evolution of this genre will also stay to the retro and develop in a different way.
I think the best way to describe Cyberpunk as like sci-fi is like Cyberpunk is if you like went as fast as you could in advancing technology in the shortest amount of time possible, but because of that, you like limited yourself. It's like building it up as fast as possible, but your foundations aren't very good. Like, you're not going to like fucking space, and you're not going to like other galaxies, right? Wuwa's universe, Solaris, is like if you advance technology doing things the right way, right? Like a place like Lahai Roy or Star Torch Academy that's that advanced in what it's researching would never exist in Night City or the Cyberpunk universe.
它是有自己独特的标签的。对，那么其实，在撰写剧本的时候，动画作业和游戏作业应该也会有很多的不同的地方。而且，《边缘行者》的故事涉及到了2077的本作，还有反击社嘛。其实我也会挺感兴趣，就是想了解一下贵方是以怎么样的一种方式进行剧本创作的，会涉及到很多边的沟通工作吗？
Script creation. Are they talking about the writing of Edge Runners or the collab? I need to see here.
It was super hard. It was super hard from the beginning because there were 3 teams, you can say, because there was a team that was writing Cyberpunk Edge Runners. There was a game development team that was developing the game, and of course Studio Trigger.
Oh my gosh, I got these weirdos in my chat. You do like there are people saying that Cyberpunk is not that futuristic, or people contesting the idea that Cyberpunk's not. These guys told you it's not that futuristic. I'm not the one fucking revealing new information. That's the shit that they're saying, and I'm explaining it.
Developers and
the writers of Edge Runners are telling you it's not that futuristic. And you're just in here arguing. No, the person that created the IP is the one that's wrong. Shut the fuck up.
One important
retard. The guy wrote this shit, and you're telling me he's wrong. You're stupid.
thing.
Dumbass.
While I was working with other people on Cyberpunk Edge Runners, game was not released yet. It was still in the making. And what's funny is that when I was asking game developers, okay, so what can I get?
They're talking about Edge Runners, okay.
From you, some informations about the plot, the characters. They sometimes couldn't give me an answer because they were still developing it, changing some things, adjusting things. So there were a few really important things that were changing along the way. And then on the other side, there's Studio Trigger, anime studio, and writing anime scripts is super different than writing European animation or even live action movies.
I'm actually surprised now that Edge Runners was such a success then, because it sounds like this guy is just YOLOing it. He's like, yeah, I've never done Japanese style animation before. Oh yeah, also, yeah, they're not even done with Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, bro, it just sounds like he was YOLOing it.
And also the cultural differences. So the process was...
How is this not a complete failure? That, like, realistically, from the work cadence and the like the path he's talking, this does not sound like a good project. Like, this sounds like a terrible project to have worked on. I'm going to be honest with you.
Was writing storyline and then script in version number 1, then sending to Trigger, and then we were talking. We were talking for days, for weeks, sometimes even for months, and sometimes it was talking about the themes, about the big things, like what this story is about, what this character should do. But sometimes we were spending hours to talk about one little scene or even one little dialogue because we understood things differently. One line was for Studio Trigger, something else than for me. Instead of, I would say that it was not the process of writing, it was a process of knowing each other better, that I was learning people in Studio Trigger, who they are, how they think, and they were learning.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. This would have been painful on 1.x. Or sorry, on 1.0 speed. Bro, I feel like he's taking forever to say this shit on 1.25.
Us, after, I don't know, several months, even a year, we were closer with each other. We could understand each other better. And we also knew what kind of story we want to tell. And I think that was basically the process. So constant.
Wait, this is sped up? Yeah, motherfucker. This is on 1.25. This has been on 1.25. You didn't even notice, did you?
Discussions, sending ideas for a script, sending ideas for a storyline, then getting back some notes. And it was like everyday work, a lot of talking, a lot of writing, knowing each other. So really, really hard work, but...
You thought it should be sped up.
Very fruitful. As I said, it was hard for us working on the scripts. And for you, is it hard as well? Is it...
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. Bro was yapping. Bro was just straight up yapping. He took like 7 million words to say one thing. The workflow started off really slow, and then as we worked more together, we got faster. I don't know how he took like 30 sentences to say that. Did I get anything wrong in that summary? I just wanted to summarize that because it dragged on.
difficult? Are there a lot of departments, or is it a different process?
是的，是的。其实你刚刚也有讲到，就是说非常困难的一轮又一轮的不停的沟通，去彼此理解，对吧？
Americans just don't know. Dude, what is this guy even like? Bro, there's this guy who keeps typing retarded shit into my chat. It's the proper way of talking. Americans just don't. Who are you? Dude, what do you just get? Go take a break. Go out. Go in time out.
从一开始的文化不同、认知不同，或者说审美不同，到最后可能变成有共鸣的搭档的这种感觉，其实我非常认同，而且我觉得我们其实也是。
And I love how Solon summarized everything he said in 2 sentences too. Wait, Solon just summarized. Even with the language barrier, he knew this motherfucker was yapping. He had to recap that because I think all of us lost the plot.
这样子的，我们的剧本其实也不仅仅是个文字的游戏，我们其实也是需要通过我们的演出、关卡、战斗很多的这些部门，其实来把剧本当中想要传达的东西很好的传达好，其实最后才能产生一个好的体验呈现给我们的玩家。对，所以想要把这件事情做好，一定是要靠我们的创作者，通过一轮又一轮的彼此的沟通、互相的理解，对里面的这些细节的推敲，对吧？推敲到极致，或者推敲到大家足够的互相认同，觉得它最后会成为一个我们能做到足够好的体验。 所有的流程最后其实也是为了去支撑这件事情，就是让我们所有的同学可以有一个好的氛围和好的沟通。
I know they're talking like a good bit of like fluff right now, but this is like also the question that I have. Isn't this kind of just like the baseline expectation when you're working on something? I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like a dick or rain on the parade, but this just sounds like if you're not doing this, you're slightly you might be slightly stupid. Do you know what I mean? I feel like this is the baseline expectation.
环境或者希望他们达成互相信任，去互相兜底。那能够把这件事情做好的时候，我们再来看这个结果，确实往往它的结果会更好一些。
It's just, yes, I would assume if you have good communication and you're aligned and you have a unified vision that your end goal is going to end up more cohesive and better. That's it. I don't think that's rocket science. I feel like that's just like a very like common sense sort of thing.
所以我很认同你刚刚也讲的那个部分，或者说我们其实也是这样子的，就是要一轮又一轮的沟通，要信任，对吧？要把自己的专业在自己的那个部分，就是自己的那个模块去做到极致。
So that's another connection between Cyberpunk and runners and Wuthering Waves.
是的，是的，是的。我觉得其实要去做好一个故事或者做好一个内容，只要是人在做，它最后其实就是这个。
Who knows? Maybe this is simply just more shots at Hoyoverse, because I guess the implication is that they don't fucking do this. Like, what? Does the Fate collab end up like this if they do this? I don't know. Like, did everybody on the HSR team agree? You know what? Half the main story in this collab should have no voiceovers. Did they all agree on that? Did they reach a consensus to do that? Maybe. Did the HRSR... Wait, I need to... Did the HSR team all agree that this was going to be what Britain looked like? Did they all reach consensus on this? Maybe that's what they're taking shots at, right? Because I guess the implication is that there's probably at least one fan of Fate at the Hoyoverse office working on HSR, and they were like crying when they put this in the game, right? Or maybe none of them care.
得靠协作，得靠信任，得靠沟通，得靠思路对齐。然后马上边缘行者其实也要有第二部了嘛？那是什么时候开始决定要做第二部的？有什么样特别的契机？能不能给
Solon Lee asking questions about Cyberpunk Edgerunner Season 2. Oh boy.
我们的观众们介绍一下，它会是个什么样的故事呢？
So even before the release of Edgerunners 1, I knew there should be more. I just knew that Night City needs more stories about people with tragic endings. So
is this dude just out here to write stories about people dying? Is that? Nah, I bet this dude has his own parking spot at a Polish hospital. Right next to the cancer ward. 1,000,000%. I would put money on it.
I won't stop with just Edgerunners. As for season 2, what I can say, I would love to tell you everything. So maybe later we're gonna talk about it. But
okay, so like I feel like this is just direct confirmation we're gonna get a future CD Projekt Red collaboration, probably like either a season 2 of Edgerunners or like Witcher or something like that. Like I don't see how there's not, right? Like you guys are just they're being cute again. Bro, they're being all cute and shit again. Like they were with like the fucking, oh yeah, there was like this one background track that I like really liked, and like the team, we like all really liked it. We just had to put it in. I'm not gonna tell you which one it is though. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna bring up Cyberpunk Edgerunner Season 2 and like, oh, what are your thoughts on that? This fucking guy. No wonder So Long was in such a good mood, bro.
But now I need to be careful. Definitely. We already said that we are releasing Edgerunners 2. It will be again with Studio Trigger, so that is awesome, but it will change a bit because first season was made by the veterans of Studio Trigger, and now it will be fresh blood.
Yeah, I don't know if you should have said that. Now I think it's gonna be trash.
So, new director, new character designer, a lot of new people that are hungry, that have.
He's like, ah, shit, I don't know if I like that. Hey, cancel the collab. hey, cancel the collab. Hey, tell them, hey, switch the roadmap. We're doing Witcher. Hey, no, we doing Witcher instead. Fuck this shit.
Different vision, and this vision is awesome. The story will be more violent. If you cried during Edgerunners 1, then you will cry more for sure. So you need to buy a pack of tissues. But definitely it will be darker, more realistic, more blood. So honestly, be prepared.
OK， 可以让我们和所有的观众们一起期待。对，那长线运营其实一个
Yeah, I don't know. This dude seems like this dude seems a little unhinged.
IP 是很不容易的事情嘛。那边缘行的第二部无疑是为这个
Yeah, I don't know. This guy kind of scares me.
IP 以及赛博朋克2077注入全新的血液，就像你说的，会有更多的惊喜。那除此以外，可以介绍一下其他的边缘行者或者赛博朋克2077相关的规划吗？
We really try to build a very interesting IP, very interesting universe, I would even say. That except the game, anime, we also have board games, comic books, manga. We have a lot of stuff, narrative stuff, because we are like telling stories, and we also like to build connections between those. So, for example, if you know Edgerunners, there is a comic book with one of the characters from Edgerunners. If you know one comic book, then in another comic book, the same character is a background character. So we like to tell those small stories that become this bigger world. we're working on the runners too, but also Milena here is working a lot on our amazing Cyberpunk comic book, so she can tell you more.
As Stuart said, we want everyone to feel that all of our stories are part of one universe. They might have met each other, they might have heard about each other, and everything happens in Night City. For the Edgerunners, we actually are writing a prequel, which is Edgerunner's Madness. This is a story, a comic book story about Rebecca and her brother Pilar before becoming Edgerunners. So Edgerunner fans would love it, and yeah, we are going for more.
All right, they're making the Cyberpunk cinematic universe.
我听完会觉得，就是两个团队的感觉很像，就是大家其实都是在想通过讲好每一个小故事，然后最后构筑成一个很好的大故事的这种感觉。
So
She didn't yap much, bro. I think she said like 5 sentences. Yeah, the majority of this fucking dev talk was this guy going ham.
how you are maintaining your IP and doing this? Like you also have some ideas how to keep Wuthering Waves alive for 100
Oh,
years.
this is an interesting question.
自己的看法是，首先我觉得作为一个 IP，它首先还是要有一个比较长的规划，就是去明确长期这个 IP 要做或者可以做的事情。第二个是一定要去感受生活，我们的团队的理念也是，就是你一定要去感受到，一定要去体验好的作品，去通过这些好的作品和生活里面的片段，就是每一个片段去寻找自己能共鸣的事情，然后再通过自己的才华，用合适的方式去呈现给玩家。那如果你做完了这些事情，然后最后能得到玩家更多的一些正反馈和认同，或者获取玩家的这样的一个共鸣，形成循环，那我觉得。
Okay, so basically, was the way that Solon described that was we like to take like emotional and or kind of like impactful things from like everyday life and then kind of like wrap them up into the moments in the game, and then I assume I think that's what it was. I think it works out well.
IP 的活力。好，那非常感谢米朗和 Steve 今天愿意和我们做这么多的交流。那么以上就是我们本次特别谈话的全部内容了。漂泊怎么？我们3.4版本中见哦，拜拜。
All right. Awesome talk overall. And one of the things that I really liked about this one was that it kind of just felt like more of like a casual conversation of them just like asking each other random fucking questions. And the odd thing is that I don't even know. Part of me feels like they didn't even have like an agenda for this. And they just kind of like went in going for it. Is there more?
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, now they're all just fisting each other. Great.
那我们拍个合。
Damn, this motherfucker like 17 feet tall. Fucking daddy long legs over here. Holy shit. Wait, bro did not look like that while he was sitting down. What the fuck? Bro, he looks like he's like 7 feet tall. Bro, when's the last time you had furniture? The couch went to your knee. The couch is at his knee. He's out of the frame. He stood up and he's out of the fucking frame. What the fuck?
到，可以 ，OK， 可以。
Wait, they had so much fun. Holy shit. Bro's happier for this than he was for the anniversary. Bro's literally happier for this than he was for the fucking anniversary, bro. That's wild. But I think you can probably tell why. If you couldn't, let's just say that Solon is definitely a bigger fan of Cyberpunk and Edgerunners than these guys are of Wuwa. Bro was basically fanboying out the whole goddamn fucking time during this chat over here. And I just got to say, it was an amazing conversation. Absolutely no issues at all with the language barriers. So I guess W with the translators over here to make sure that, like, the message, all of that, whatever they were saying, it got across clear and it got across well. And as far as I could tell from, like, the subtitles and everything that they were saying, there was, like, pretty much nothing lost in translation, which was impressive. What I do have to say, though, is, like, what's wrong with this guy? Like, what is wrong with, like, this dude over here? Because, like, bro actually kind of scares me. Like, straight up, it sounds like he's excited to write about people dying. That's possibly the main takeaway I got from this. He really enjoys writing about people dying. A lot. Like, a lot. It's like bragging about it. So, yeah. We've clearly got a good story in store for us for version 3.4, just a couple of days. And I think this was actually one of the perfect videos, one of the perfect conversations for us to have to kind of, like, tee that up. Absolute banger. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out. All right. Yeah, that was a long one. Yeah, no, that was a long one. 100%. Holy shit. Cool chat, though. Cool chat. Very, very, very goofy and casual, though. And let me just get some stuff uploaded. Damn, that's a 3 gigabyte file. That's crazy. All right. All right, 1 second. And we got our Cyberpunk dev talk over here. Cool. All right. Did you see 10Z played Woo-Wah again, and he said he's addicted to it. Awesome. Hey, good for him. Hey, good for him. All right. Do we gotta go check out the fucking ZZZ gameplay, bro? Is this even worth looking at? I'm just wondering. Is this shit even worth looking at, bro? This is the... So, I think they just had to drop this because IGN did. I don't even know if they were planning on it, though. It's worth it because it's ass. It's not.
Good for me, 'cause you're...
Oh, Wuthering Waves community when a new player tries their game? Okay, alright. Wait, why did they choose this song? This doesn't even fit in the fucking context. Next time 10Z is gonna talk shit on you, he loves quick swapping. Yeah, that's what you... Yeah, that's what he thinks until you actually start doing it in gameplay. Yeah, tell him to do it in the TOA. You're gonna be like, yeah, fuck this shit. Number 1 Kuro bot. What is this? Slashing those gonks with gusto like sashimi, recreated faithfully from edgerunners. These guys are fucking nerds, bro. I'm gonna be honest. These guys are fucking nerds. He pulled for Chisa too.
Yeah! We don't lose those!
I'm trying not to say. I'm just gonna not. I'm just no comment. No comment. I don't think he realizes he has none of her teammates. And also, I'm sorry. It's just there's like what there's like nothing I can even, bro, this is, because like what do you do when you get when you got comments like this? Like, and you know that this is how it's going to be for like forever, and there's like nothing you can do about it. And so it's kind of just like, bro, I'm just kind of like, I can't stop giggling. I can't stop giggling, bro, and it's just rough. Like, I can't even. And I'm sorry. Then him, then him saying we don't lose those. It's just. All right. We gotta move on. We got context switch. Bro. Dude, I don't even know. Like, I can't, bro. I just need to repeat what he literally said, and it's just it suddenly has a new context. Rough. It's rough, bro. Sade is so mean. I'm trying to explain to you why I'm trying not to be mean, but I end up being mean even though I'm trying not to be. I'm not watching that. Sorry. No. I remember what I just said. I'm trying not to be mean, so I'm not going to watch that video. Because, like, what was that? I mean, what was that, bro? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Watch the now one instead. We could. I also could make a bit of a statement over here. We also got a short little, fun little, goofy video I can make. Actually, it doesn't really matter that much. Doesn't really matter that much. I'll record this one just in case we do want it. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, the patch for Wuthering Waves version 3.3 is winding down, and there might be some individuals out there who might have realized they've done a bit of a boo-boo, and that's actually me. You can see over here that these are some of the final rewards for the anniversary Second Coming of Solaris, the collab season. And as you can see, there was a point total that you needed to reach over here to actually receive this 10 pull reward. And there are some individuals, because of some of the poor decisions that they might have made, look at this remaining 1 day, 22 hours over here. Due to some of the poor decisions that they might have made, they might not actually be eligible for this temple at the bottom. And I'm here today to talk about why this situation might be occurring for some players, some of the unfortunate lack of information on Kuro's end that might have done this for some people, and of course, how this issue might not actually be affecting you as long as you've done one thing prior in the patch. So without further ado, let's talk about the biggest barrier over here, and that's going to be Lolo Express Promise Delivered. And this is going to be an example of Kuro, in my opinion, doing some very, very, very bad communication when it comes to some of the event tasks. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at this. You'll see this event was actually in the game for a very long time, right? And so I'm not going to go ahead and say that this was something that was like by design bad, but they definitely should have put some more information up here in front about how long this task was going to take. Because this task over here, it's easy. It's low effort. It doesn't take a lot of work at all. But, and this is the very important but, and I don't think a lot of people knew this, you needed 9 calendar days to fully complete this event. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 9 calendar days across the update to fully complete this thing. And if you haven't started it yet, you will not be able to finish it. And this is why. Some of the tasks in here list out as this. Log in for 3 days total. And that was obviously, when you're on the first package, effortless, right? But this is the situation. I had put off my star bouncing, unlocking the 10 Persona pinballs. And so I was kind of just stuck at this for a very long time. Then lo and behold, when I saw the package from Rinasita that unlocked when I was doing this yesterday, I realized that this task was log in for 3 days total. And of course, right, I'm already done with like this one and star bouncing, and complete the side quest gonna be no issue at all, no skid off my back. But as you can see, you got some pretty good rewards over here, with the most important one being your 2nd anniversary token. And well, guess what? I'm gonna be able to complete this one, but I won't be able to do the package from Lahai Roy. And you can see over here, this is probably the shittiest package of them all, but there are still anniversary coins over there. And the reason for why I'm not going to be able to do the package from Lahai Roy is because guess what, guys? That 3rd box, right, the Lahai Roy task, it is log in for a total of 3 days. So essentially, you can't see what tasks show up on the boxes you haven't unlocked yet. And so, at a baseline, you needed 9 calendar days to complete this event. But you didn't know that until you opened up the next box and shit like that. So there are a lot of people who put this off, thinking you could do this all in one day. You're not going to. You can't. You can't. And this is the thing. I think it's a blend of it being Kuro's fault and, of course, it being the player's fault. It's Kuro's fault from the perspective of, you could just say, requires 9 calendar days to complete here. You can just say, requires 9 calendar days to complete. Because I think this is one of the first events in the history of the game where you need to tally up logins versus completing actual tasks. For example, in an event like the Depths of the Elusive Realm, you can just complete all the tasks in one day. In Star Bouncing, you can do everything in one day. In almost every event that we've had in the history of the game, everything can be done in one day. And the thing with this one over here, the 2nd anniversary Lolo Express, is that it's a goofy ass, low effort, literally 0 real gameplay involved login event. But it requires 9 literal calendar days, or you're just not able to complete it. And I think the issue is that the tasks are hidden. And so if everyone saw that you couldn't, you know, progress, if you didn't, if they saw that you couldn't progress this login for 3 days total until you unlock the next package, I think there would have been way more people completing this one early. But with the information not visible and with the information not clear to the player, people are just finding out that, oh, I've had this ready to go for a long time. I just wasn't progressing it. Oh, but after the first day, I need 6 more to fully claim the rewards. And this is the thing. If a player fucks up and decides not to do this after knowing that these are the tasks, it's 100% their fault. But now in this situation, you're saying that players getting fucked over because they didn't know what they didn't know, and that Kuro's intentionally keeping hidden from them, that's a fuck up on both ends. Because naturally, I don't think that there's a lot of people that should, if they put any effort at all into completing this, well, there's absolutely no way for them to not get it, right? But this is just a matter of, oh, it wasn't clear at all. But this is the nice thing about this. And this, as long as you completed QB Derby Championship, ladies and gentlemen, you don't actually need the anniversary coins from Lolo Express Promise Delivered to fully claim all of these. That's the nice part about this. So all the people being retarded in my chat saying, dumb tourists not getting their 10 pull, they're actually still getting it. And don't worry, I will be finding out a bunch of you guys later. We'll be pulling you up and we'll be having a fun time. Probably banning a couple of people as well. Because you're now laughing and you're rejoicing in the fact that people aren't getting rewards. You do realize that, right? You're laughing, rejoicing, and having fun at the idea that other people aren't getting rewards. You're laughing, having fun at the people because they're not getting rewards. This is what you guys enjoy. People that play this game getting fucked over. Do you like that? I'm just wondering, do you guys like that? Getting fucked over because you didn't know what the tasks were in this event. Because you can't see them. You can't see that you gotta log in 3 days. Are you blaming the player for not knowing what they don't know? And you're celebrating that they can't get the rewards because they didn't know what they didn't know. I'm just wondering, were you supposed to know that this took 9 calendar days when this is what you see on the screen? That's kind of a ridiculous situation, right? But this is the thing. You can see over here, I have no way at all of claiming this last one over here. I am out 100 anniversary coins. However, I will be able to claim this 100 as long as I log in tomorrow. Then I will be at 950. And you might be saying, Saint, you're still short. Look at my star bouncing. I've got 50. 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350 left. I have 350 coins left, which is like above and beyond. I'm already above it by like fucking 200, bro. But this is the thing, guys. Some people might not know. You might not know where the coins are. You might not actually know whether or not you're going to be able to complete it. A lot of people are going to do this and start schizoing out under the belief that their 10 pulls are gone. And this is me telling you, ladies and gentlemen, as long as you did some part of QB Derby, I think if you at least completed QB Derby, because that was a temporary event, you should be able to get the full coins over here. There were about 1,400 total coins available. I believe like 200, maybe 200 of them came from here, and then 300 of them come from here. So as long as you fully complete star bouncing, and you decide to do, and you have done one of these two at least part way, you should be good. But if you skipped QB Derby Championship, and you haven't started Lolo Express at all, this is my personal take, you may be fucked. You may actually be fucked, ladies and gentlemen. And that's kind of like an unfortunate situation to have, right? Where some people might be at the point where they're losing a 10 pull because A, they skipped 2 of the most inconsequential events in the history of the game. Oh, okay, wait, let me see this. Get fucked? Same. Should I just ban everybody on the screen right now? Wouldn't that be fun? Should I just ban everybody on the screen right now? Let's just time out everybody for a week. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's just time out everybody for a week. That's the type of retarded behavior that, at least in my opinion, I have to assume that you've got very little things you enjoy in your life. Where one of the things that you celebrate is something actively bad happening to other people. Do you know what I mean? Like where that something that's happy to you is other people having bad things happen to them. Guys, this is like a single player gacha game. Are your lives that fucked up where like this is what you're celebrating? Click the arrows by the coins. Great. And so naturally, this will give you the bit of the breakdown, right? Gifts of the Grand Celebration 400. You can see I've got a lot more I can still get from star bouncing, but I am going to get only 100 more from Lolo Express. Promise delivered. But this is the situation over here that I just really want to expand on for maybe like future times we have events like this. Kuro, it's not hard to just say that this is going to require 3 login days. Or sorry, 3 login days for each segment. And if it's going to be something that's time gated, just don't keep the tasks hidden. This is possibly the most retarded design I've ever seen for an event in a game before. Where it's hidden tasks, and the hidden tasks require time gating? That's just cancerous. It's just cancerous and doesn't make any fucking sense at all. It should be shown and visible to the player at all times so that they know to prioritize this one. Don't fuck over people because they don't know what they don't know. And while in this situation, it's definitely not that big of a deal because there are plenty of ways for you to get to that 1,000. Brother, it's just simply concerning to me that this was the implementation in the fucking first place. Because this is just stupid. No, this is just dumb. And in a situation where there are actual people like losing shit because of this, that would be bad. And there are gonna be some people that didn't do, again, that didn't do these things, QB Derby, and they might be fucked. But the good news is I think as long as you fully complete Gifts of Grand Celebration and Star Bouncing, and you've logged in at least 3 days in the patch, I think you're good. Because you 100% should be able to get at least 100 from here. Because the first one, it'll always be progressing. So you get 100 from here, then you get 400 from Gifts of Grand Celebration, and then 500 from Star Bouncing. So hypothetically, as long as you know this, you should be able to get the 10 pulls, even if you're doing all of the events on the last day. Actual person that is losing out, let me see this. Nah, this guy isn't losing out. So this is the type of freak out that I'm saying is going to happen. I'm not making this shit up. This person is fine though. They're good. This person is good. All you need to do is if you're in this situation and you cannot complete this, just get the Gifts of the Grand Celebration, which is right here. You just get the 400 from this. No fucking big deal. Don't trip. Then complete Star Bouncing and you'll get 500. And then do your 1 day of Lolo Express Promise Delivery, you get the other 100. Even if you fucking skipped QB Derby, you're good. But do keep in mind, this does mean you're not going to get your 40 Astrite, your 1 Solvent, and your 50 tuners and your stuff like that. But when you're potentially losing up to 10 pulls, I don't think anyone cares about losing this stuff. Yeah, I don't think anyone cares too much about losing 80 Astrite when the alternative was them losing 1,600 in a weapon pull. So yeah. That's just something that I wanted to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen. A bit of a PSA as this patch comes to a bit of a wind down. Because this is kind of rough. Last thing that I'll say, though, is that I'm not sure how I feel about the main story quest from this update being one of the tasks you have to do for this. Because this might mean that some people actually have to skip a lot of story to be able to get this 100 thing. So, yeah, there might be some people that need to skip all the story in the game, all the story in Lahai Roy, because putting the main quest in here is actually retarded. Yeah, no, I'll take another shot at Kuro. Putting the main quest in here is actually is diabolical. That's diabolical. The whole main quest. Yeah, I don't know about that one, bro. So yeah. That's going to be the wrap up for this situation. Do your events. Do them on time, naturally, and you won't run into any of these issues. But I think Kuro can definitely do a lot better to prevent incidents like this in the future. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out. You also can't do Star Bouncing without progressing to 3.0. That's also fair, too. That's also fair, too. All right. All right. Yeah, entire thing is story locked, blah, blah, blah. What new players should do before coming to 3.4? If you're... The thing is, the premise of that is really... It's a little bit fucking goofy. And the reason why it's a little bit goofy is that it's just... It's literally just skip all the fucking story and do every quest you can to raise your UL. Like, that's just it. Like, it's not like it's a very like dumb sort of like video, but I definitely could make it. I don't know. Maybe I'll make it tomorrow. We'll see. But like, there's so much like kit stuff I want to do right now, that I'm like waiting for, and it's also a little bit too late to make that one. And I already have too many like videos out there for like new player shit. Right now, this one is just retarded. Because the most optimal way to play the game meta-wise is to destroy your gameplay story-wise. And yo, appreciate the gifted subs. Donald's second coming? Yeah. So the optimal way to enjoy Wuthering Waves is to ruin Wuthering Waves. And do I want to make a video promoting that everyone skips everything and just turns the game into like reward simulator? I could, but they would fucking probably not play the game for a long time afterwards. I don't know. It's just it sounds bad. It sounds kind of bad. Yeah, skip everything, rush through all the quests. What's it called? I don't know. It does. I don't in good conscience want to make that video. It just sounds bad, but it's optimal. It's correct. Skip everything for polls and make meta teams. But nah, bro, I'm good. You're not gonna have fun with the game then. You're not gonna have fun with the game then, because this is one of those games that you should take with time, or like take your time with. There's not really technically a need to rush, because it's a single player fucking game, and believe me when I say this,
shall be the vessel of
if a new
your
player
wishes.
comes in and pulls Hiyuki, they could build a Hiyuki better than mine in a week. That's just kind of how it works. With games like this, you're kind of always at the same level compared to another player when it comes to building a new character, right? My account being a day one account does not mean that I am going to suddenly build everything better or faster than you as a new player, which is one of like the great equalizers of gacha games, and why I guess it's always okay to start a new one, is because you could just go in and have like a better account meta-wise than somebody that's been playing since day one in like a week. Technically, you literally could. You literally could have a better account. And I think I've even seen some people doing that, where like some guy starts in 2.0. I simulated the collab's entire system, showcasing the value of corals and milestones. Do you think you could talk about it? Wait, what? You like wrote a fucking program? Like what? What kind of nerdy shit is this? What the fuck did you do? Yeah, what kind of nerdy shit did you do, bro? Detailing values of poles, corals, and... Yeah, sure, you can post it. I mean, the best alternative, right, to the whole new player situation would just be, hey, Kuro, stop story locking this shit and let people enjoy it. But yeah, even, like, it's just, all the shit is locked behind, like, fucking story, which is annoying. Yeah, I don't, like... Yeah, okay, you're taking... Okay, do you fucking have your shit, bro? Where the fuck is it? Like, bro, like, where is your shit? Do... I simulated the Cyberpunk collab economy, corals, milestones, and pulls. I wanted to test one question. Do the milestone wave bands outweigh the coral loss? All right. An average pity is 70. There are only 2 separate routes to take. Average player will pull for Lucy. Okay. Yeah. 70 seems fine. Okay, 160 milestone, Route A. Define this route for players who have accumulated substantial savings, as well as players who already plan to invest in the collab regardless. These players will stop at the 160 milestone. Expected outcome. Lucy acquired through polls, completion of the first half of the milestone track, and 1 guaranteed milestone wave band. Route B, 420. Yeah, no, that's just whaling. That's just whaling. Okay, so new account. Represents a newer account with no or very few max 4-star characters and weapons. That shit is fucked. Veteran account. Max 4-star master. Max 4-star roster. Way more corals. Yep. Conservative assumptions. To keep simulations conservative, they do not assume 150/50s, early 5-star pulls, lucky purple streaks, or enhanced core rewards from max 5-star characters. Okay. Repeatedly lost? Oh, God. So if this is biased in any way, I believe it understates players' outcomes rather than exaggerating them. All right. So, acquisition method. Okay, they're talking about corals. Every 10 pulls guaranteed, blah, blah, blah. 21 purples for Route A, 56 purples for Route B. Each of the purples gives a different amount of corals, though. Okay, what is going on here? Here you can see how the 21 and 56 values compare to both the minimum and the luckier cases. All right. There's a minimum, there's a model, and then there's a Giga Lucky one. Okay. Okay, collaboration milestone rebate system. What am I even, like, looking at here, bro? Okay, this is my take. You need to organize your post way fucking better, because this right here has some of the most unnecessary information, like, ever. And a lot of information's, like, kind of, like, repeated, and I think the way this is sectioned is, like, kind of awful. Yeah, I feel like the way that this is, like, kind of sectioned out is not that good. I think you should have done each of the tests by themselves, gave, like, a summary of, like, the metrics and the output of each test, and then just compared them to each other. You're kind of going with, like, the pull count first, and the 5-star, and then going into the corals, doing them individually, and then, like, oh, good fucking God, bro. And then you have, like, 7 conclusions. Yeah, you got, like, 7 conclusions. I bet the math is good, but yeah, no, it's so ass to find, like, what the point is. Go to the TLDR. You want to know where the TLDR is? This is the TLDR. The TLDR is this long. This is what I fucking mean. How clearly you're doing something wrong when your TLDR is this long. What do you mean TLDR? What the fuck? I'm sorry, dude. Part of me doesn't even want to look at this because it's not organized well. And, like, I'm spending more time here trying to figure out what the fuck you were trying to communicate. Expected acquisition path 100. Free polls 30. 15 milestone. 15 from the 10-day login event. And there's also 5 from... No, there's 35 of them available. Effective personal poll cost of 110. Wait, what the fuck? This is like not even... Okay, you know what? I'm not... this is useless. I'm sorry, bro. This shit is useless over here. Okay, Coral findings. I'm not reading this. I'm fucking done. I'm sorry. Hey, I want to ban you now. I'm sorry. Yeah, whoever posted this, I want to ban you so I don't read any of your dog shit again. How did you make something so hard to read? Bro, like, I'm sorry. I bet the information's good, but like, you repeated yourself like 400 times. And it is an extremely, like, difficult page to read. Like, it is extremely difficult to read it. And so I guess, like, I'm just like walking through, like, I know your info's probably good, but like, bro, I see this Route A shit, like, there's no way it's this long. There's no way it needed to be this long. This is criminal. Like, the information you're trying to portray is not this complicated. Like, it is not this complex or, like, wild or nuanced that you need this long to, like, communicate what you're trying to say. I think that's my main point. I think the issue over here is that you've taken something that's not really complicated at all, and you've extrapolated it out to such a high degree with such needlessly verbose explanations of everything that you're doing that it turns something simple into something complicated and actually makes the situation worse. Like, bro, just get the average number of corals per 10 pull and then multiply it by the number of pulls that you're doing to get the corals. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, it's easy as fuck to calculate how many corals per 10 pull, right? And then just multiply it by the number of pulls. Like, what the fuck even is this? You already got the baseline rates. Just find the coral number per 10 pull and multiply it out. What the fuck? What the fuck else are we even doing here? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just feel like I got my fucking time wasted. But yeah. Way too overly complicated. Way too overly complicated. And it's like one of those like fake things people do. It's one of those fake things people do. Wait. I need to read this post for a second. Chat, remember, differing opinion equals ban, even if you are a longtime supporter. After Saint banned me, I literally lost my good night's sleep. So as revenge, I prove him wrong by doing this, as it proves me both smart and useful. All because I disagree and was too slow of a typer. It didn't matter at all that I defended and supported you for months. One disagreement or is enough to get banned. Chat, remember, differing opinion equals ban, even if you're a longtime supporter and defender like me. He's also too scared to read the appeal, so don't bother with those when you get banned. Just unfollow and leave for good, unlike me who needs some closure. You good? It ain't that deep. Go, refund yourself, bro. This is not healthy. Yo, refund yourself. This is whatever you're doing right now. This is not healthy. Refund yourself now. This is not good behavior. Like gifting 10 subs, then typing this is, bro. You got some shit you got to figure out. Like we was not what closure baggage. Like this was not no relationship, bro. Like you getting way too parasocial with it. Like you getting way too parasocial with it. Good God, bro. Let's be. You know what? Now I gotta see. What was this dude typing? But this is the thing. Now you've piqued my interest, brother. What were you typing? Now I gotta see. What the fuck? So this is why the guy got banned. We were talking about Yang Yang. And we were talking about, like, quotes from the story. We're talking about quotes and stuff from the story. And the guy was basically saying that shit that happened in the story didn't happen. Or if it did happen, it happened. Like, basically, he was wrong about some shit that was going on in the story. Kept saying that he was right when he was wrong, so I banned him. Like, guys, if you're wrong about something and then you keep spamming that you're right, that's how you get banned in every channel. This isn't one disagreement. This is you being wrong about something, then repeatedly saying over and over again that you're right. So no, this isn't one disagreement. This is like 20. No, this isn't you saying, Saint, you're wrong, and then you get banned. This is you saying, Saint, you're wrong, you get proven wrong, and then you keep saying that I'm wrong 20 times in a row on the same day. That's not just one instance. That's many disagreements. It all just happened to come from one main disagreement. But it's because you're incorrect, and you keep saying you're not. That's just kind of what it is. And so if you keep insisting that you're right when you're wrong, what do you think's going to happen? I'm just going to ban you so you shut the fuck up and stop typing, bro, because you're annoying as shit. It's really just that simple. Like, what do you want me to say? You keep saying shit that's incorrect. You get told you're wrong, and then you go crazy. All right, now do we need to take a look at the ban appeal now, boys? All right, let's get ready for this one. Ooh, it should be a fun ride. I explained my reasoning, but Saint didn't read it. The message, Yang Yang, before that screenshot says, "Are you a roving traveler from afar or someone returning home?" I think that saying that Yang Yang straight up named Rover to us is far-fetched. Because Yang Yang does name us Rover. Because Yang Yang is the first person we see and she calls us Rovers, and then everyone calls us Rover afterwards. So yes, Yang Yang is the person who named us Rover. Wait, bro, that's the first... bro, that's the first line of the fucking quest, bro. That's the fucking thing. And so, like, everyone knows Yang Yang named Rover Rover, and then you're just out here spamming that she did it for like 10 messages. So I banned you. This is not complicated. You're wrong, but you keep saying you're right. And after 10 times of you saying that, you got banned. This is not me. This is not one disagreement equals banned. This is you're wrong, but you keep saying you're right. And so you get banned. It's really just that simple. So yeah, I don't really, yeah, guys, it's not that hard to not schizo out. It's not that hard to not schizo out. And this is also the thing. If you know you're wrong, you can also just say that, you can also just admit that you're not right. Especially when I literally show proof. I bet this is what occurred. I showed proof on the screen that Yang Yang named Rover Rover, and this person was insisting in chat that she did it. As like proof is on the screen. And when I'm at the point where I'm showing you, like sourced from the game, why you're wrong, and then you keep saying that you're not, yeah, that's a one-way ticket to getting a ban. I'm sorry. It's just, that's just how it's going to go. Because what's the fucking point? What's the fucking point of communicating even further from there? So yes, don't worry. You've gotten your ban appeal now. I've taken a look at it. I've taken a fucking look at it. And so now hopefully you can understand why you got banned. I think you should probably get unbanned. I don't think it warrants a perma. But like, wow, like you were being a fucking bitch about it. Let's be real here. You were being a bitch and also lying about why you got banned. Because does this seem like an actual, does this seem like an accurate representation of what you guys saw in those logs? Does this look like an accurate representation of what you saw in those logs, guys? Yeah, I don't think so. No. No, I think this is, I think this explanation over here is literally fucking fan fiction. Yeah, I think most people would take this as fan fiction. Come on, man. I have 125 ban appeals. Wait, actually? I'm gonna need to go double check that. 158? Oh, God. Bro, there are so many people from like 2 months ago. So many people. Holy shit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, bro. No, and this is the thing, man. You can take a look at this. Bro, there's 25 in the last 2 months. Bro, this is 3 months. Bro, this is 3 months. Look at this shit. Wait, this one's 3 months? 4 months? Bro, this is crazy. It all Bro, the last 100 is in 4 months. We got 400 or 100 unban requests in just 4 months. Bro, I have 158 plus people banned. I have over this many people banned? That's crazy. You banned a fuck ton of people? I don't think I banned that many. I don't think my ban list is that long. I gotta take a look now. I don't think it's that bad. I think y'all are tripping balls. You ban a lot, Unk? Must be 500 plus. Yeah, we run a dictatorship over here, ladies and gentlemen. You ban someone like every other day? Yeah, there are a lot of dumb people out there, so... A lot of dumb people out there, so is that really so bad? Is that really so bad? All right. Should I finally start checking this out? We should finally start checking this out, shouldn't we? All right. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again, and as you all know, there's another game that's going to be approaching its anniversary and a new region and all of the wonderful goodness that should provide, and that's going to be Zenless Zone Zero with version 3.0. And when it comes to ZZZ, I feel like this game has a bit of PTSD when it comes to new regions, because Falyum Heights, right, Waifei Peninsula 2.0, that was the biggest failure, I think, in Gacha history. Yeah, it's called Falyum Heights. It actually should be Fail You and Me Heights, because ZZZ and its first region expansion was the most dog shit thing I think anyone in the Gacha space has ever seen when it comes to a region expansion before. And we all know that when it comes to Ras Galafier, that's the Bangbu City in the sky. Way different premise, way different setting. And you're hoping, just for the sake of the Gacha space as a whole, that they didn't fuck it up that badly this time. So let's see what these developers have prepared. Let's see what this new region is looking like. Let's see what the Land of Bangbus has in store, and whether or not it's going to live up to the expectations that I think nobody in the space even has for this game anymore. Oh, by the way, this got leaked by IGN yesterday. So that's why we're probably seeing it today. Yeah, I forgot to even mention that at the start of this video. It got leaked by an IGN intern yesterday, which just kind of goes to show stuff's not going well already. Part of what maybe I'm like just maybe I got PTSD, but this kind of, I don't know why, but this looks a lot like Penacony. Yeah, I guess to me, like, the designs, it definitely is like industrial as well. But I think it's mainly just because of like the full like big sort of city. But I do like how big the city looks at a baseline. And I guess this is like the new Bell outfit. Is this like are these like their Helios Academy uniforms? Is that what it's supposed to be? Yeah, it kind of gives me like very futuristic, sort of like Penacony sort of vibes. But the colors, they're way too gray. Yeah. And also, yes, it does look like a Lego city. I don't know what it is. No, you know what this looks like? This looks like if they put a Lego Castle Fortnite map. Yeah, it looks like a Fortnite map. Maybe it is meant to look like Legoland. Yeah, I don't like the Big Bang Boos are kind of creepy. They are. Yeah, I don't, bro. These guys, they got. Yeah, that looks fine. This is just, that's a little uncanny. It's like, it's because they got them long, kind of like long legs. All right, this is the coffee shop. That somehow looks worse than the 1.0 animation. You know what? Maybe this is meant to have the London vibes, and that's why everything looks kind of like gray and depressing. Why does something just look off? Bro, this like, this reminds me of like a fucking, the Spider-Man PS1 game. Bro, like, it reminds you like that's the bank level of like the Bro, I'm sorry. It looks like this shit.
It's perfect.
Hey, Spider-Man.
Bro, it looks like this shit. Got me fucked up. Honestly, the Spider-Man colors are better, actually. No, not gonna lie. The colors are actually better in Spider-Man. Like, let's not play. If they took this palette and put it here, it'd look better, right? No joke. No joke. A PS1 game's color palette mogs this. This is actually... Bro, dude, it looks like it's missing a lighting effect. It seems like there's like a rendering or like an atmospheric effect or like something's missing. Like, this, oddly enough, actually looks a little bit better. They got like a little bit of like a yellow light on here that's like adding a little bit of life. Okay, it looks better at night, at least. Okay, you got the outfit selection over here. Yeah, I don't know. Shit like this, I don't know. It just looks retarded. That's just my take. I feel like this just looks dumb as shit. I know some people, they like the hats and stuff, but like, yeah, that's just not my thing. It's just not my thing. Hey, some people like it though. At least it's optional. You already know one thing that I feel like is just already, I'm already concerned about. I'm concerned about the amount of like exploration and walking that I'm seeing in this gameplay, knowing that this game doesn't have actual exploration. Like every time it's tried to do actual exploration, it's a literal disaster. And also, just some brief commentary that I want to make about this outfit. At this point, their design is trying to be too gooner. And I know this might be a wild thing to say. This skirt that Belle is wearing is actually too short. From the perspective of, bro, every time she walks, she's flashing the player. And if that's what's going on to the point where you're like literally flashing the player, just from a regular walking animation, what are we even doing here with the outfit? Like, it's a little bit too on the nose, at least I think. Like, to just have the main character's new outfit just walking, just flashing cheeks every step. Like, I don't even think there's characters in the game that look like that. Okay, they're going all in with the TFT, I guess. Okay, this is boring as shit. I'm gonna be real. It's an auto player, bro. Does this... Dude, this looks like cancer. Bro, how did you not fix your fucking map? How does it look... Bro! Bro, what is that? Bro, what is this? How do you... What's wrong with you? How? Bro! It's because they do this retarded 3D shit, and they put everything so close together. And so, if it was just a top-down map, it would look fine, but because it's 3D, it's like there's 7,000 things all in the same spot. Why do they feel the need to add the 3D-ness to the map, and then it looks like this in the, like, industrial district of the city? Bro! How are you supposed to navigate anything here? What the fuck is this? I guess they got hotels now, too? Okay, this place looks neat. Okay, this is where gray looks fine. Yeah, we indoors now. Oh, they're trying to turn this game into Genshin Impact. Okay, I see how it is now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, nah, they just turning this shit into Genshin. Yep. Nah, this shit looks retarded. Bro, I just want to be the first person to say the rear profile of this character when she's walking looks fucking ridiculous. Bro, what is even like this shit going on over here, bro? What the fuck even, like, this has to be like the messiest shit I've ever seen. Like, what the fuck is that? Is her hair made out of gelatin? Wait, isn't that a metal hat? Wait, so instead of fighting, did they just run away? Nice. And then this is apparently, I guess, is he free? This is like this is the proxy stand? I mean, it looked kind of cool at first, but like, it's like, yeah, it kind of looks like a lesbian. I'm not sure how I feel about how, like, it's really skinny. Like, it's like really skinny. Its moveset is actually pretty cool, though. Yeah, not gonna lie, this shit looks kind of cheesy. Yeah, I don't know how you managed to fuck it up, but you fucked it up with whatever this is. What is even going on? Is this still Zenless Zone 0? Okay, so now they're just doing a full woo-wah sequence, aren't they? This shit looking like Warframe? Yeah. Yeah, no, this ain't CCC anymore. Wait, what's going on here? I'm not gonna lie, this section is kind of dragging, though. Bro, they need to make a meme where it's like, because this thing has been going on for like 2 minutes, they need to make a meme where it's like somebody else running. It'd be like DeWay running to like... I'm sorry, that just seemed a little bit goofy. I know that was probably meant to be like super cool and stuff, but like it was like a little bit goofy. Okay. I feel like this person's weapon looks really bad to me. I don't know what it is. That just looks like shit. Bro, like, they need to put, like, a texture or something on that fan. What is that? Bro, it just looks like a white... It's just a giant sheet of white. Bro, it looks like a Dixie cup. Bro, you know what it looks like? She took one of those paper plates and cut it in half. She took a giant paper plate and they cut it into, like, fourths. It's a fucking Dixie plate, bro. Bro, I feel like the part that's like... These animations, they gotta work on them. The part that really fucks with me is that they're so wide, and then they show up for, like, barely any frames. So it's like, when they do show up, they, like, really stand out. They, like, really fucking stand out when they're visible. And the thing is that they only show up, like, in a couple of the animations. Like, do you kind of, like, see that? It's just like, what the fuck? I guess this boss just has an infinite amount of HP, I suppose. Okay, is this the only fight that's left in here? Oh god, it's just more of this? I guess we have to finish this. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This fight doesn't look that this gameplay footage that I'm seeing over here, this is my take. They should have shown two teams, maybe, and then cut this one a bit shorter, because this one is kind of boring. I'm not sure how hyped I feel about some of the units that I saw. I suppose that this is like the new wind unit, so like new like meta unit sort of like vibe going on over here. But like this is one of the most, like, I know she got the fans and stuff, but like, wow, the actual moveset is not something that's impressing me very much. This character over here, on the other hand, the little what's her name? The midget, right, with like the rockets. It's definitely an interesting kit design for sure, where I guess all she's doing is like summoning missiles and then shooting them at people. Is that like it? And then I kind of like how, you know, this is clearly like a very like superhero oriented, like I think this is clearly meant to be taking a lot of inspiration from like Saber from Fate Stay Night. Like you can tell that this is like straight up like the Excalibur pose that he's like doing over here, right? Like this is bro's pulling the Excalibur out with this one. right? We all know. And then this is also like the MC too. It's pretty neat for sure. But I'm not sure how I feel about how skinny this motherfucker looks. And also, this shit is just, it's just cheesy. Like, nah, this shit is just corny as fuck, bro. But I guess they got 4 ults, I guess. But like, nah, this shit is just corny as hell. And you want to know why this is corny as hell? Because there's another game that just did it better. Yeah, there's another game that literally did this better. And, well, you'll see. You'll see this right here. So, that game that I'm going to be talking about over here, it's called Punishing Gray Raven, ladies and gentlemen. And there's this character called Elisa Echo, which basically is like, well, not with like the kit, because this unit's kit is probably better than that, guys. This is their ultimate. Get ready for this. That's already better. So you can see, right? Team up with the stand. And then obliterate your enemies. How does one acquire this build, by the way? How does one acquire this build? Bro, imagine that your hamstring is bigger than your ass. Bro's hammy and quad is bigger than his ass somehow. That's not, I don't even think that's physically possible. Maybe y'all can agree there's something wrong with the proportions over here, right? Like, what the fuck even, what even is this? I'll say the city definitely looks like it could use a lot of work when it comes to the lighting in certain areas and certain scenes. Maybe it's a lot more dynamic than what I'm seeing, at least in like this segment over here. Like, it just looks really like not good at certain parts. And it's like giga blocky in like a lot of places, almost like a little bit too blocky, I feel like, for me in terms of like differentiating. And a lot of the stuff, at least at like first view, does tend to look like a bit samey, right? But I can at least respect that they're trying at least a little bit when it comes to their designs. But like you can see over here, right? Some of the main complaints people had, it feels like everything is kind of untextured. And I think this is one of the best shots you can use to go with that whole, a lot of stuff doesn't look textured. It all looks like one block. This all looks like one block. This entire building, right, just looks like a couple of colors. Do you see what we're talking about over here when we say this stuff looks untextured or like it's all like the same thing with a couple of like lines and stuff everywhere? And I think that's why a lot of people are saying this just looks like a Lego game. It looks giga clean. Everything's all like the same tone. There's like, you know, everything is like smooth. Everything looks like it was sanded off to a polish. Even the fucking ground. And when everything in the setting looks like this smooth, it's a little odd. I feel like that's like, it's a little odd, and everything is smooth. Literally everything. I don't see a single speck of fucking dirt on this map. And maybe that's the point. Maybe that's like good. Maybe that's like the vibe. Even like the fucking, even the wood, bro. Even the wood is all one color. That's a bit rough. So yeah. I hope that this is just like a really, really, really early work in progress and that they're going to be putting some more work into like the overall world design moving forward and maybe like fix up like the Win character's kit. The combat, though, doesn't look like there was anything too crazy to write home about. I didn't really notice anything too wildly different. Yeah, definitely hoping when it comes to the world, they do a little bit of work. This place looks good, though. And this is an example of where stuff actually looks textured. You see, like, the walls over here, they're, like, multi-shaded. You can see, like, these bank vaults and stuff, right? Different colors. This is an example of what shading and texture looks like when it's done properly. You can see it, all of it over here, especially, like, in the ground and stuff. But, like, elsewhere, oh yeah. And, like, inside over here, this looks decent, too. You can see it, like, on the floors and stuff. I just don't see that in the outside world. Like, areas like this look fine. Areas like this also look fine. But then when you, like, get out to, like, here, bro, what the fuck? Everything indoors actually looks kind of decent. The stuff outdoors is like, what the fuck? So, yeah. That'll be my take on this stuff. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out. All right. I gotta go get working on some stuff, boys. I gotta go get working on some sponsored stuff, getting ready for the Cyberpunk release. So, yeah, a little bit of an earlier one. But we did end up actually recording a fair number of, I feel like we had a good bit of fun today. Also, guys, I need to go check this out. How's AKE 1.1 doing real quick? How's it doing real fast? I need to give it a bit of a look. Yeah, that's not yeah. Ooh, looks like they gotta pay some more people. Oh, sorry, yeah, 1.3. Looks like they gotta pay some more people, brother. Oh, that's not looking good. All right. I think I'll rage on a razor, and then I'll see all y'all later. All right, we sound good? Peace out, boys.